Welcome, it's Domain Dave again from cheapwinefinder.com, and I might be a little bit early, but I'm starting the November-December party season off in September. I figured it's never too early to start scouting out which sparkling wines, bubbly, you might want to get at that point. A little more expensive now. Those wines will go on sale considerably after Thanksgiving. But this is a good time to figure out what's what. And what I have is a good one. Gruet Sauvage Rosé. Gruet is out of New Mexico, of all places. Gilbert Gruet founded a winery in Champaign in the early 50s and heard about a group of Frenchmen who moved to New Mexico and had a little wine thing going up in the mountains, and went to find out about it and liked it and bought Gruet in the 80s. And about 10, 15 years later, he sold his first 1 million bottles of wine. And he's making champagne style, and he's an actual champagne winemaker. I don't think Gilbert's around anymore. They're still a family-owned winery. The vineyards in New Mexico couldn't keep up the demand, so they're bringing grapes in from both California and Washington. And this wine, this rosé, is 100% Pinot Noir. And the Sauvage, what that means, actually the word in France means to be wild, like in an original state, aside from modern society and culture. This is the original savage, and what this means is no dosage. Dosage means, after to make champagne, all the tricks are in the first fermentation. They make it taste the way it does then, and then they pour the wine into the bottle, the same bottle you're drinking out of and pouring in your glass. That's where the second fermentation happened, in that bottle. And they add a little bit of yeast and sugar, measured amount. They know exactly how much to put in there nowadays. And here they came back 2 years later. And at that point, they get the yeast out of there. They top it off. And in most situations, they add sweet wine because they make champagne not sweet. All champagne is made not sweet, and then they bring it up to the proper, or sparkling wine, I should say, bubbly. It doesn't have to be from Champagne. Only sparkling wine from Champagne is Champagne. But then they bring it up to the desired, level of sweetness. It could be Brut, which is still sweet. It could be, it could be extra dry, which is sweet. They have to add that in, and they add some sort of sweet wine. Could be, they have the measurement down. It's a 750 milliliter bottle. They know how much to put in there to make it whatever they want it to be. So they always adjust the wine to be at their proper sweetness, but with these no dosage wines, these Sauvage wines, they've got to be right with no adjustment. I'm going to take a sip here. So there's a little bit more technique going into this one, a little bit more skill. And the weird thing about it, and I don't know if weird is the right word, this is delicious wine. The flavors tend to evaporate on your palate. I don't know if the sugar in the wine kind of coats your palate and sticks there and stays a while. The flavors, when they hit your tongue, just kind of go away. And also, you get that ripe, sugary fruit flavors or even citrus flavors when they're super ripe. This doesn't have that. They don't have ripe fruit here. They pick the grapes for sparkling wine before they get ripe, and then they bring it up through dosage. There is no dosage. So you're getting this ghostly flavor. It has flavors. It has that but you're getting this elegance, this crisp, clean flavors. Just since the flavors kind of evaporate in your mouth, they're just ghostly. It's a really cool, elegant way of drinking wine, and it's, you know, and this is like a $20 wine list. And, you know, entry-level champagne, it's always weird to call a wine that's between $30 and $40 entry-level, but that's what they cost, $30 and $40. But this isn't competing with the $30 and $40 wines. The no sugar, the no dosage champagnes start in the mid-level. They're starting 50s and 60s and going up. So this is a $20 wine that's not, it's gone beyond the entry champagne, and it's shooting for the big boys. Took a sip. You know, it's almost like I can't describe the flavors, but what I do know, it's delicious. There's just this elegance, this length, this beautiful acidity. It just got me smacking my lips. It tastes delicious. And, you know, normally with wine, it's got cherry flavor, it's got vanilla. Sometimes it has some sort of chocolate, or, you know, in Hawaiian, I mean, it has pineapple, it has tropical fruit. It has these flavors that are very distinct, and even though it's not actually in the wine, you get those impressions. And this one just is this seamless elegance. You're drinking elegance. It's like, I don't know, maybe like driving a Rolls Royce. Why is a Rolls Royce different from your Toyota? It's hard to say, but it is, you know. So there you go. This might be one of the best wines I've had all year. It's not. It is one of the best wines I've had all year, and I had some good wines. And this is a $20 bubbly that hits above its price point. Gruet Sauvage, no dosage, means no sugar. It's going to be different than other bubblies, and it's made by a winemaker who actually makes champagne wines and knows what they're doing. And I really like it, and I think this is going to go on my list, you know, for the holidays. And so there you go. So that's it for me, Domain Dave from CheapWineFinder.com. Like us where you like your podcast, if you will. It does help. It's amazing, but it does. And we got more wine coming up, as we always do, because as the fall sets in and people start heading home more often, and there's football games to watch and that type of thing, and people sitting outside by the fire pit and having a good time, and then the holidays, wine starts coming into where it needs to be, and we'll be right there too. So keep it cheap, stay safe, stay warm or stay cool, depending on what the weather does, and adios. I'll be talking to everybody. Bye-bye.